Hey, everybody, it's time for another edition of Hump Day Highlight. We have a very special guest today, Pat Jackson with Heartis, one of the really great volunteers at our chamber, somebody we love to see coming to our events. And so, Pat, just great to have you. And first, I want to check on you. You work at Heartis, which is a assisted living facility. How are you doing? How's your staff doing? How are your residents doing?
Colin, good morning. We are doing great. Actually, we're a total community. We have independent living, assisted living, and memory care all on the same campus. And we're doing all we can to keep them safe and keep them educated on being safe.
That's good.
And I'm doing great.
Good. And the staff over there is doing well too?
The staff is doing great. We're following the protocols with the Georgia Department of Public Health, the CDC, as well as the order that's been issued by the governor and trying to keep everyone safe. That includes the staff, the residents, and their families, and our families as well. So we've got some processes in place that we're keeping in place to make sure everybody stays as safe as possible.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. So tell us now, what do you do at Heartis? What's your job, and tell us even more about Heartis?
Well, I'm the community relations director, and I work very, very closely with the marketing director. And my objective is to keep Heartis connected to the heart of the community, this Fayette County community, and some of the surrounding communities as well. So what I do on a day-to-day basis is make that connection with the chamber, the hospital, the other facilities in the area that can support our residents and give them the services that they need to make Heartis their forever home. So we partnership with a lot of home health. We partnership with the nursing homes in the area, hospice in the area. We partner with a lot of therapists in the area to help us make sure we're providing our residents with the utmost care that they need. And then not only that, we want to keep them connected to the community. We just don't want Heartis to be their home, but we want Fayette County to be their home. And part of that is me making that connection in the community to get them connected by allowing them to participate in, for example, Meals on Wheels. Before COVID hit, we had residents going out with us doing Meals on Wheels just to give back to the community, and volunteering in the thrift stores to help a promise place. So those are the things we do to keep them connected to the community, and that's what I do as a whole. Not only that, but I partner with the marketing director to help her increase occupancy here, to make them aware of what we have available here at Heartis. And the beauty of Heartis, Colin, is that it's just not a one size fit all. We have everything. We have those who are 55 plus and just want to live independently, and don't have the worries of taking care of home anymore. Then at some point, if there's a health decline or a mental decline, they can transition over to assisted living or memory care. And the beauty of that transition is the community, every building is the same. So, when seniors are uprooted from their home or from their place of where they've lived for a period of time, change has a big impact on them. And the beauty of how they design this community is what you see in independent living, you also see it in assisted living, and you see it in memory care, same colors. And the beauty is the layout of the land. You travel the same way to everything else, regardless of what building you're in. And so Heartis want to make our residents feel like this is my forever home. I don't have to uproot and move again. So that's what I love about the community. And plus we have an awesome team here. Everybody's pitching in, especially since we've been dealing with this pandemic. Everybody been pitching in from top to bottom. Logan has done a great job in orchestrating the processes that we have in place here to adhere to the guidelines of the CDC, the Georgia Department of Public Health, and also the order by the governor. And so we're doing that. Plus we have our own processes in trying to mitigate how we keep our residents safe and their families while we're sheltering.
Y'all have a beautiful facility, and I have no doubt y'all are taking very good care of your residents over there. And every time I've had an interaction with your team, they've been just great and professional. So we appreciate you taking care of our seniors. So let's talk a little bit more about you. We always do the 3 H's. Let's first of all talk about a highlight. What's been a highlight in your career that you're particularly proud of?
To be perfectly honest, Colin, prior to senior services, I was an auditor, and I thought I was operating in my passion at that time. But when I got introduced to this industry, I really realized how much I had to give back. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about more myself, that personal connection, that being able to listen to the stories and feel the compassion of the seniors and just be able to just be there for them. And, you know, right now I go and sit in some of their apartments right now when they're lonely because we have no visitors on campus right now, but just to hear their stories. And I really feel like I'm in the perfect place, that I'm in the place that God would have me to be able to share some joy. I love people and I love to be able to help them in any way I can.
Well, and having passion for your job is always critically important. That's wonderful. What's a hardship you've been through that's shaped your point of view, your life?
Probably, to be real right now, the biggest hardship I'm having, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, is not being able to make that personal connection. I'm really into my job right now and I love what I do. And I'm struggling with the fact that myself personally and these residents that we support on a daily basis can't have that intimate touch with their families right now. And that's a big struggle for me because I know how important it is not to just see each other over the via technology, but to have that personal connection, that touch, that feel, to just embrace and express the love without even having to say anything. So right now, that's probably the biggest hardship for me, is knowing that I can't do no more than what the limitations we have in place to protect them. And I wish I could just let everybody touch their loved ones, you know, right now, but we can't. So right now, that's a hardship for me. And not being able to see my mother is a hardship for me as well, to be perfectly honest. But I understand that at the end of the day, I want to see her for a long time. So I want to do whatever it takes to keep my family safe as well.
I understand that completely. So what are you hopeful about in the future?
I'm hoping that this pandemic will go away soon and that we will get...
All of us have that hope, all of us.
But what I'm really, honestly, what I really hope for is that we as a people can learn how to adjust to a new norm and be able to be happy during that adjusting period and make the best of it, because the time that we're losing during this process, we can't get it back. So how do we make the most of what we have now and find some joy in it? So I'm hopeful that at some point, processes are going to get better where we can be closer to our families and friends and get that socialization aspect back in our lives. I feel like right now, hospitals and doctors and all communities of this such are doing a great job of trying to keep our people healthy and well, but that socialization aspect is just as important, you know, making sure you're mentally stimulated. So I'm praying, hopefully, that we will continue to improve processes that will put us in a place to have that socialization aspect where we can feel joy and adjust to the new norm.
Yeah, I understand that completely. Well, Pat, first of all, please convey to Logan and everybody over there at Heartis that we're pulling for you and praying for you and your residents. And y'all are at the eye of the storm, and we certainly are we want everybody safe, and we just appreciate all the support Heartis has given our chamber. We can't wait to see you and Logan and everybody else come to our events again. So just thank you for all what you're doing over there.
And Carlos, we thank you guys for keeping us connected to the communities. You all keep us updated. The website is awesome as well, and the meetings we have attended. But here at the Heartis team, we just thank you guys in the community for supporting us.
Well, thank you. Well, folks, that wraps up another edition of Hump Day Highlight. We'll be back with another guest soon. Have a great week, and we'll see you later.